Our next guest has stated, without hyperbole, that if everyone on the planet died, and it was just the five of us and her left to restart the species, she would let the species die out. Ladies and gentlemen, Alaina Huffman!
We're laughing because you walked out and Mike just jumped the bass. He walked out, Mike like,
It's not like he didn't see you for 20 minutes backstage. Or pig, like, I apologize for Robot Mike. We said Robot Mike too.
I'm a robot.
We actually said it to the cat.
It's amazing.
You know what I love about Alaina Huffman? I'm going to say this and we'll leave it to say. Not only is she a great friend to all of us and a great person, this woman is a fantastic actress, but more importantly, you're looking at the mother of 4 children. Right there. She's a badass example of all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, Alaina Huffman.
Thank you, guys. I wouldn't let the species die. We make cute babies.
Sweet Jesus, I need a nap now.
What's up, Nashville? How y'all doing? It's my first time here. Who's from here? Nice, nice. This is like a proper stage. I feel so official. So I usually kind of start these things and talk a little bit about where I came from and who I am, and then I'll open it up to questions. So if you already have questions, let's just go into questions. I'll talk about myself during that. Go ahead, hi.
So I wanted to ask if you have any similarities and differences with Abaddon?
None. I'm not like a cold-blooded killer. I would get like a cape. So my nieces started watching the show, and my sister-in-law didn't know I was on the show, and she wouldn't let them watch the show. And they're like, "It's the one that Auntie Alaina's on." And she goes, "You're on that show? It's got like devils and stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, I am one of them." And then she like eventually let them watch the show. So one time they live in Europe, but we were in they were living in Manchester, and so we were there, and we were at this hotel in Wales, and I go to the bathroom and I see Mark Shepherd. And I was like, "Hey buddy, what's up?" And we were at the same event there, and I was like, "Oh my God, you have to come with me. My nieces are gonna die." So I bring them with me, and we walk around the corner, and they're sitting at the table, and they were like, I was like, "Talk, you guys, you're embarrassing me." So that was really funny. So I told my sister-in-law, I was like, "See, he's the king of hell. I'm the queen of hell. We're not really bad people." But I get people like on Twitter that are like, "I'm not allowed to talk to you, you're a bad person." I'm like, "No, it doesn't matter. I have 4 kids. Don't really smite people. Although I'd like to. Some more than others." Thank you. The thing I love about Abaddon though is she was so sassy. I'd like to be more like that. I liked a lot of her like campy wit and banter. I've said this before, but one of my favorite lines is when remember they cut her hands off, and she goes, "I'll stuff you to death. It'll be swell." It's so fun, like to read it on the page and then go, "I have to say that? Who talks like that?" So fun. Hey.
I apologize, everybody. I'm going to ask the same question to everyone, okay? I'm so sorry. I don't have a question, I have a request. If you can just wish my son a happy birthday. Are you serious? And next month.
No. Oh, what's his name?
Jacob. Jaden? Jacob.
Jacob. Do you have a video?
Can I come down there? Absolutely.
Better.
So I'm so sorry, people. We're going to hear this every time.
Happy birthday, Jacob. I'm sure he's like, "Who is she? Mom, why do you have pictures of her?" Hey.
So my question is, if Abaddon came back and her and Rowena had to team up and they had to work together, how do you think that would go? And what do you think Crowley would think? Because I feel like that would be his worst nightmare.
What do I think Crowley would think, or what do I think Mark would think? Because those would be two different reactions. I've been pitching this idea forever. I think it'd be really fun. I think I'd have to wear really small shoes and Ruth would have to wear really big ones. We took a picture together in Vegas and someone was like, Ruth is so small. I'm like, oh, she's wearing like 4-inch heels and I'm wearing flats. I think that would be so fun. I think she should resurrect Abaddon. And I don't know what we do, but we look good doing it. I mean, you know, it doesn't look like the show's going anywhere. Keep making the same show. You guys excited? 13 seasons? That's so cool, right? Who gets to do that? Only very, very few shows. I think, though, I've been asked that a lot. If they asked for me back and they had a storyline that I was excited about, then yes, I would definitely love to revisit. It's a really great show to work on. But to me, the more interesting character is Josie. I just think in terms of longevity. Abaddon's really fun, and I love playing her, and I like saying those campy, bantery lines. But I think that Josie has a really interesting storyline, and she's got all that knowledge of the men of letters. And so, yeah, I think there'd be a lot of stories to tell there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
So, I'm really glad that Richard brought up about like having more kids, because I love whenever you tell stories about your kids, mostly what you do for them are hilarious. So how's mom life?
Oh, good. It's life. It's, you know, I was thinking this morning, like I love staying in hotels because they have those blackout blinds, but I never actually get to use them. I still set an alarm. I'm like, oh, I'd love to have those at home. And then I'm like, but I never get to use them. I just have to get up and make breakfast and stuff. But I was reading this interview the other day with Angelina Jolie, and you know, we always sort of think that someone else's life is easier. And even within our own friend group, like I have friends that are like, well, yeah, but it's easier for you. Like, because you want it to be? And I'm like, what makes things easier? And so Angelina Jolie was talking about, you know, going through her divorce. I'm also going through a divorce. And she was like, half the time it's like all these kids in my bed, and we wake up and we've got things to do, and I'm wondering like, who's gonna make pancakes, and I hope my kids brush their teeth. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. And like, you can't fight with everybody all the time. But mom life is fun. I mean, they're definitely personalities. I think I do their voices quite well. And my friend one time was like, "Are your kids Elmer Fudd?" Yeah, we have funny voices. Yeah, they're fun. They're characters. They give me a lot of inspiration and stress. Just life. I got 2 boys, 2 girls. They're all healthy, so life's good.
I saw some of the pictures from your recent photo shoot with Nick Holmes, and I wanted to know if you wanted to talk a little bit about that, because I really like his work. And I thought your pictures were beautiful.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I met Nick at a party, and he's like fun and witty, and we just started talking, and he, you know, just texted me and was like, hey, you want to shoot? I was like, okay. So he does all these photo shoots in his kitchen, and everyone seems to just sort of take their clothes off in his kitchen. And I was like, how do you do that? What kind of magic trick do you have? But then you go to his house, and he's like the most easygoing. He makes you feel really comfortable. What show was he from? He did Gilmore Girls, right? Yeah. And so I posted some pictures, and like, oh my God, I can't believe you got to meet him. I was like, who is he? I mean, I know like in a personal way, but not career-wise. Yeah, that was fun. I have one picture that I was like laughing, and my friend was like, what were you laughing so much about? I was like, I don't know, we were on our second bottle of wine. At 10 in the morning on a Wednesday. So whatever. It's all in the day's work. Yeah, good times. I have a lot of friends who are photographers, stylists, makeup artists, and it's just kind of what we we do, is the business one. Like, it's literally, people will text you, like, hey, wanna go to the beach and shoot today? Like, okay, let's go. That's what you do. So, yeah, good stuff. Follow his work. Nick Holmes, Narcissist Holmes is his social media. He's very talented. He's got this really great coffee table book with Virginia Madsen, and it's all Virginia Madsen throughout their travels all over the world, and it's a beautiful, beautiful book. He's a great photographer. Thank you. Hey.
Hi. My daughter went to Germany. She goes to college there. She's bringing it here. This is my Christmas present from here.
I'm sorry, I can't hear very well.
Sorry. My daughter goes to college in Germany, and as my Christmas present, she bought our tickets here, and she flew in just to come here. Today, she is 21. We're talking about her first legal drink. What should that be? She wanted to know what Abaddon's favorite alcoholic beverage was.
Oh, that's good. Well, happy birthday. Where is she? Happy birthday. The year she was 21 and we were 19 and moved to the States, and in Canada, the legal drinking age is 19. So I had to wait another 3 years. And yeah, in Europe. What part of Germany? Oh, nice. Yeah, it's beautiful. I used to live in Munich. It's really cool. Yeah. I would go bourbon. Neat. Do it. I like Bullet or Jameson. Yeah. I think all the women on our show drink neat bourbon. It's fun. Like, Sam was saying, Sam Smith, she's like, yeah, when I go to a restaurant with my husband, he has to order first. Because she's like, I'll have a bourbon neat. And he's like, I'll have a glass of rosé with a cup of ice. If it was summertime, I'd say rosé and oysters, but for wintertime, I'd go bourbon neat. Yeah, it might be a bit strong. You might want to have water. Yeah. You can sip it. You don't have to shoot it. Yeah, don't shoot it. Sip it. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Happy birthday. Hey.
Hi. I'm going to go ahead and say spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched last night's episode.
Okay, that was a spoiler alert. I didn't watch it either, and I'm sure I can't answer your question, but ask away.
Well, please, I want to learn, like, honestly. Last night's episode, there was a scene with you in it, and for the brief amount of 30 seconds that you were on the screen, you ended up with, in the past, with Gavin. And I was just wondering if you could elaborate a bit on what that scene is implying.
I don't know. All I know is they called me and said, we're going to use you in a flashback and here's a check. I was like, all right. You got more of those? Was it the hotel room with Crowley and Gavin? That's the only work I've ever done with Gavin. That's Theo, right?
Yeah, but it was back in time when Gavin was supposed to go on the ship, and then he...
Oh, in the like his little bunker?
Yes.
Where I killed the guy on the hook?
Yes.
Yeah, it's funny, okay. So those things, that's not a spoiler, because if you haven't caught up to season 8, you shouldn't be here. Okay, unless you just come to have fun with us and then you just don't care about spoilers. But those Visifacts, I know this has nothing to do with your question, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. Those Visifacts, like, it's funny because we don't see them. So in that scene, I hang the guy on the hook from his neck, and I just do this, and then they shoot him like this, and then in the episode it all comes together. So we never know what it's going to look like, and then when you see it, it's really interesting what they do with it and how realistic and disgusting it is. And they add like sound effects, like when I took the bullet out of my thing, it made that like noise. So gross. Like someone sits in a dark room and puts those noises in there. I'm like, oh, I have the perfect sliced head noise. Called sliced head number 2. So funny. I don't know. People keep. I had no. I knew they were using me in some flashbacks there might be some more coming because I know I have some checks coming. I don't know when or why or what their purpose is, but I didn't know it was in last night's episode, and I got like 1,000 tweets this morning. It's like, are you coming back? What's happening? Season 13? And I know nothing. Nobody's invited me back. I have no idea why they would do that, but I will happily accept payment. Thank you. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. I was wondering what kind of like TV shows or movies or anything do you kind of like geek out about?
I've never really gotten that way with the show, or anything really. I wish I did. I love the passion that everyone has for the TV shows. I will say, did you guys ever watch the show Parenthood? Parenthood, right? The newer one. Yeah. There was a moment that I had where I had like a completely like relatable experience. I don't even remember what it was. It was like a breakup or something, and it emotionally messed me up for days. I would cry, and then I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. And I was like self-talk, like I'm in the car, and I'm like, I can't believe they broke up. And I'm like, it's a show, Alaina, get over it. You're an actor. And then I was like, oh, this is what fandom is. I appreciate it. Do you guys know Emma Caulfield?
Yes.
So she's a really good friend of mine, and she gets really worked up over shows, so I always see on her social media. Do you guys watch This Is Us?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but last week it was a tearjerker, I guess. Every week she posts something of her crying, but in fairness, she does that a lot. So I was like, God, I wish I was like so emotional about something. Maybe I'm gonna watch more TV. I think I need to. Thank you. Truth is, if I turn the TV on, I just fall asleep. I try. I try and save it for planes, but I also fall asleep on planes. I have 4 little kids. Whenever I can sleep, I sleep. Hey.
Hi. I was wondering. Okay, that's how I put it. Do you think Josie ever became sort of complacent in Abaddon's like mind, or did she ever try to like help the other people and try to like fight back almost?
Like while she was possessed?
Yeah. Like if she ever would try to come up and just be like, no, don't do that. Do the good thing.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm actually not sure, like, methodically how that works. If the host psyche is present, I don't know. Has that ever happened?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Wow, Josie's very complacent then. So Adam Glass created my character, and he named it after his daughter, Josephine. And he was very good about explaining to me that he wanted her to be a feminist, and this was during the 50s, and she saw Abaddon as an opportunity to break the glass ceiling. So she willingly, and to save Henry, so there was a little romantic aspect as well. But she really surrendered to Abaddon for that reason. I don't know if she knew what all it entailed, but it's a good question.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think we should have like an interview with Josie and be like, how do you feel about what happened with Dynasty Bodies? That'd be a funny show, right? Like a talk show with all the people that were like killed off, like in character. Hey, don't steal it. I'm gonna go pitch it. I'm gonna pitch it to Richard. It'd be funny. Hi.
Hello. Okay. My favorite storyline on Supernatural is Demon Dean. So I was wondering, Demon Dean, that's my favorite storyline. Demon Dean.
Demon Dean.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
my
he was
favorite
sexy.
storyline.
Didn't I give you guys Demon Dean? Wasn't that my responsibility? You're welcome. Yeah, he was hot.
I was wondering that, besides the storyline of Abaddon, what your favorite storyline is on Supernatural.
Watch the show. I don't belong here. No, it's funny. I was saying this in my meet and greet earlier. Like, I only watch the show if we're live tweeting it, and then I'm usually really busy socializing with my friends. So some people are really good at live tweeting, it takes a lot of effort to like put pockets of thoughts on Twitter and still be in a room full of people and pay attention to a show, and half the time we're eating dinner as well. I'm just saying, it's a lot of focus. So I don't really watch the show, but I'm not sure I will either. I don't know. I don't know. I liked Abaddon. Good answer. I like what Rowena's doing. I like that they've kept her on as long as they have, and I like the dynamic between her and Crowley. I think that's really cool. And I think that, you know, ultimately the show's about two brothers, you know, the whole dynamic about them, but I like how they have all these different storylines that sort of, you know, fill in the gaps. Thank you.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Okay, it's like going that way, so I said,
I noticed particularly in the last part of your run as Abaddon, you seemed to play her more vulnerable, like she was shocked by everything that was happening to her, like being reborn and everything. And I'm wondering, first of all, kudos on a wonderful acting job.
Thank you.
And secondly, as the previous one said, I'm wondering how much of that might have been Josie's influence, because, or if it would have been more in line with Abaddon's character for her to just have wiped Josie out completely at the start. But I do love how you were a little bit more human as it went on, and that was a wonderful acting choice.
Thank you. I think that the interest, you know, again, Abaddon's a great character, but she's very level, right? Like when you write a bad guy, particularly a non-human, you know, non-feeling having person, there's no layers, there's no levels, and so really to make them interesting, you have to have those levels. So there was one scene with Josie in the episode Mother's Little Helper that Misha directed, and he sort of wanted Josie to dismiss Henry, and you know, he gave me an acting note, and I felt really strongly, I took his note and I did it a little bit, but then I felt really strongly that she had to sort of have some sort of emotion because Abaddon has none. And again, Abaddon's fun and, you know, lively and witty, and but doesn't have those layers. So if she were to be kept around, I think that that's the important thing to do is to add the layers, which is, you know, why Crowley goes into the brink of humanity and comes back and does deals, and it's interesting. Thank you.
Hi. My question is, did you enjoy playing Abaddon in the past with Henry, or did you enjoy playing I Wasn't Present with the brothers more?
I think they're great. I think the whole funny, like, chase her down type thing was a fun storyline. Like the playful banter that they had. I think that, again, the Josie storyline is really interesting, and she could then come back and help the boys with all her knowledge of the men of letters. And there would still be that sort of playful dynamic. So, but I like them both. I really take no credit for Abaddon. She just like becomes. I like get off the plane and I'm like, here she is. She's a lot of fun to play. She's just like large and big. Large and big are the same thing. She's just yeah. She's got a lot of passion and yeah, she's a fun character. Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
My question is, I want to know, how did you find out about the show? Did your agent come in and be like, hey, I got a part for you? Or did you do like the rest of us, binge watch it, and, you know?
No, but you know what's funny? When every once in a while, like, someone comes on a show that's a fan, like I've worked on shows, again, I don't really have that sort of, I don't know, interest in a lot of shows. And so, like Lisa Berry, you know Lisa Berry, she plays Billy the Reaper. She's a really big fan of the show. She's also a really good girlfriend of mine, but I forget that she's a fan. Yeah. So sometimes, like, I'll FaceTime her and be like, hey, what's up? She's like, watching Supernatural. I'm like, what? She's like, you forgot I'm a fan. Like, she rewatches it. Like, I know that's normal for you guys. I know. like, this is what you want. She's not just like watching me before. He's like, what? So she was telling me this story. I hope she gets to tell you guys her stories, but she was telling me the story of when she was shooting a scene in the Men of Letters. And like, you know, they walk you on set, like they come and get you from your trailer, knock, knock, like, here, we're gonna go block the scene. And you walk on set and you're talking about your kids and you're, you know, blah, 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 and you go to work. So this was all happening and she walks on and she was like, she like stopped, and, you know, took it all in and everyone like kind of stopped and looked at her and she's like, guys, I'm like, you know. Like, this is exciting to me. That was really cute. I totally forget your question. What was your question?
How did you find out about the show?
Oh yeah, thank you. So I've told this story several times, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but I got it in my email, like all appointments. Now, when you've been in the business a long time, you have, you know, an agent, manager, blah, 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 you have your whole team, and so everyone's aware of your goals and the things that you want to read for and such, and so you really only get appointments or auditions that are right for you demographically or that you're interested in because you guys have had this conversation. So this, you know, would fit into my category. So I get it in my email, and my first thought was, that show's still on. This is when it was season 8. I'd never seen it. I'd heard about it. I'd been on other CW shows and things. I knew a shot in Vancouver. I didn't know anything about the cast, or I didn't know any producers on it or anything like that. And then, if you guys remember my first episode, when Josie gets possessed by Abaddon, she gets stabbed in the back and shot in the face and her head chopped off. Throughout the whole episode, sorry, spoiler. But that was my audition scene. Like, that was 3 separate scenes that they combined into 2 pages. And I was literally on the phone with my mom and I was like, this shit is ridiculous. I'm ready to go, like, whatever. I was like, what am I gonna do? Go get stabbed and shot, my head chopped off? And so, and you have to remember too, like, you're not in your costume, you don't have the blood on your neck, you don't have, like, Dean standing in front of you, you know, or camera guys or whatever. It's an audition. So it's like a small room with really bad lights and a bunch of dudes sitting on a couch. You're just like, let me entertain you. You know, you don't exactly know what they want. So anyway, I went in there, I had fun. It was a little weird. I actually, at one point, I was wearing a long black skirt. I remember this because in the middle of my audition, I get stabbed and I go down. And I think my line was, that's no way to treat a lady. Skirt was under my foot. And it like, oh no. Maybe that's why I got the job. Wow. So yeah, so that was going on in my head too. And I was like, oh my god, and then I still had to get my head chopped off, shot in the face. It was only portion 1. So that's how I found out about the show that's changed my life. Thank you. Thank you.
My question is, how do you think Abaddon would react to Mary, and how do you think Mary would react to Abaddon?
To who?
How do you think Abaddon would react to Mary, and how do you think Mary would react to Abaddon?
No, I know who she is. Thank you. But I'm trying to think, like, is she bad right now? I'm a little confused. Okay. Do they know that? No. They suspect, right? Really? Okay. Misha suspected? Yeah. Dean. Oh, Dean. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know a little bit. I don't. Could they work together? That'd be fun. I would love to work with Sam. Yeah? No? Maybe? You think so? Yeah! Maybe Mary can bring me back. Doesn't she have magic? What happened with that box thing? Spoilers, sorry. I'm bad at spoilers, I really am. But there was no information. You didn't know what I was talking about, right? If you didn't see it. It's a great question. I have no idea. What do you think? think what?
They probably be besties.
I think so too. And I got the best compliment the other day that just reminded me of it. My daughter, we were in the car and Beyonce was on, and my daughter was like, Mom, you and Beyonce would be really good friends. I was like, I know. God, we'd have so much fun together, me and Queen Bee. Thank you. Me and Mary. Abaddon and Mary. Mary and Abaddon. I like it. She's tall too. We're both tall. Good. Hi.
Hi. I'm going to go back a few years. I remember you as the Black Canary. And so I'm curious to see how your acting skills have changed from the way the special effects have changed during that time. Because I mean, Smallville had, old school, I guess, special effects, and now Supernatural is with the HD TV and the green screens. And have you had to change?
It's so drastically different. It's really interesting. So Smallville, I came on there season 7, I believe, and even at the end of their run in season 10, they were a little bit behind because they were a very stylized show, and so everything was these long, locked-off dolly shots, which you lay the dolly track and you put the camera on it and it's steady, and it was very specific for that show. Whereas every other show had moved on to handheld. And you can see it, and so I think around season 9 or so, I was on Stargate, and everything on Stargate, we probably laid maybe 1 or 2 dollies, and this is a lot of work. Like it's a bunch of people setting up a track and putting a dolly, and they gotta grease it, and they gotta level it, and blah blah blah. Whereas we moved on to handheld, the guy just locked the camera on his shoulder and holds it. And same thing with the effects. Everything used to have to be a locked off green screen shot. And then, like a blank plate. So if we were shooting this, it would be green screen, blank plate. Then they'd remove the green screen, put me in there, take a locked off shot, and then do it in sequence. And then they'd all piece it together in post. And now, they don't need to do anything. So when I started on Supernatural, this show, where they do the eyes flashing, very simple. Like all that Mark needs in VisFX is for me to blink. And I was like, really? You can do the whole, he's like, yeah, we don't need green screen, we don't need anything. So it's really fascinating. Same thing with Stargate. Did any of you watch Stargate Universe? It was drastically different. Brad Wright tells the story. He's like, I paid $10,000, 20 years ago to do a whoosh or whatever on the gate. I'm saying paying the same price now. And the VisFX are way better and cheaper. I don't understand it. But that same thing, it had to be all green screen. And now everything we did on Universe was in motion. A lot of blue screen. Anything you see with us looking over the deck into space was literally from here to the wall, and it was just a blank wall. And you're never quite sure, again, how it looks. So you kind of, and that show was great because we all worked off each other. So I was like, how big does he think the star is? Gauge our reactions. But half the time with green screen, you're kind of expecting the director to walk you through it. I always do. I have no ego about it. I'm like, tell me exactly what to do. I'll do it. Don't have me standing out here looking stupid. Yeah, so there's that. Black Canary's fun. I love that character. I'm really, really happy that she's, a big part of pop culture. She's always been really popular in the DC universe, and I think comic book fans have always known who she was, but I'm really happy that she's, become a big part of pop culture right now. I think she's a really cool character. She's very well-rounded. She's strong, she's sensitive, she can fight, she rides motorcycles and throws knives. What more do you want? She looks good. Are we done over here? Hi.
Hi, so since you're a mom and you don't watch a lot of TV, I figure you watch kids shows.
Yeah.
So, what
I hear them. I don't watch them. But I hear them.
Yeah. But which Disney princess would you want to play if you got the option?
Oh, Belle. Yeah. Beauty and the Beast has always been my favorite. I don't know why. I like that she's a little quirky. I like that she reads a lot. I think she's a genuinely sensitive character. Yeah, she's always been my favorite. That's always been my favorite movie. Yeah, it's a good one. one. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, first of all, thank you for coming here. It's so awesome to see you. My favorite Abaddon outfit was the very first episode when she's in the blue dress and the pearls and covered in blood. What is your favorite Abaddon outfit?
I liked the transition from the 50s sort of Betty Crocker to the like rockabilly look, but I really liked the rockabilly look. I don't know where they go with her if they brought her back, but I kind of liked that. It was very comfortable. In Vancouver too, you have to like dress warm. They're really good about that. Like if you ever notice, the guys never take their coats off because it's cold all the time. Like Crowley always has that big heavy jacket. It's funny. So, or maybe he doesn't. I actually don't really watch the show. He does, right? Yeah. I just know that every time I'm on set, Mark has the jacket on. Yeah, I liked the rockabilly.
That was my favorite. Like well, it wasn't my favorite, but the Devil Made Me Do It shirt.
Yeah.
I wanted that shirt.
Yeah, it's a great shirt, and then they changed to the all black shirt, probably because it was like a little bloody, stabbed up and stuff. But that was a good signature shirt from her.
It was very Abaddon-ish.
Yeah. She had good hair too. Oh, we're still over here. Hi.
The first place that I met you was on SGU. So, and actually got to meet you at DragonCon a few years ago. I'm curious, I keep telling David Blue on social media that we need to get him on Supernatural. What kind of role would you like to see David play? Because I know you guys are still in contact with each other.
Yeah, he's like one of my best friends. I know, I said the same thing. I was like, I just want to travel all over the world with you, so get on the show. I don't think he ever read for it, but do you remember the episode, Richard's first episode that he directed, The Unicorn?
Yeah.
Jenny Klein wrote it.
Yes.
I think he was going to read for Sully.
Oh.
Would he be good for that? Yeah. I don't think he ended up going in for it for whatever reason. I think timing or something like that. But his roommate actually was the network executive or the studio executive over the show. And he's like, my freaking roommate is the studio executive and I've never been on the show. What's going on? Yeah, hopefully we'll get him on the show. I mean, again, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. He's funny. They could bring him in for like a comic relief kind of character.
He's fantastic. He's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's good people. He just texted me. Hi.
I was wondering what it was like working on Kings of Con.
Oh, so fun. Did you guys watch Kings of Con?
Yes.
So I remember them telling me, I think in passing, like Rob at one point was like, hey, we're writing this show and I wanted to write a character for you. Are you cool with that? And I was like, hey, yeah, what's the character? And it's like, it's my too good for me ex-wife. Okay. Sure. And then they did the crowdfunding, the Kickstarter or whatever, and it all just sort of like seemed to fall into place. And you guys have been so supportive. It's been amazing. It was a production feat. Like, I don't think really anybody understands it was so well done for the format in which it was done. Like, typically when you shoot a show, you have 8 days to shoot an episode, and we're talking like a big show like Supernatural or a network show. You've got a couple weeks prep time, and you've got the episode to shoot, and you shoot it out of order, but you're within the episode. They shot 10 episodes completely out of order, based on scheduling and locations and all that kind of stuff, and just to keep that organized and in continuity, and I mean, it was amazing. They did such a great job. And it was really fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, that one scene that we shot, like mediating our divorce, they're all like funny improv actors. So I'm sitting there like, I cracked up almost every time. Rich, I don't think you can really break, but they would just like crack these jokes that were serious, in their characters. So I wasn't supposed to laugh, but I couldn't help it. I was like, I would not be good on sketch comedy. I would just laugh. But it was good times. Do we have no more questions? I think the band is coming. So, are you guys coming karaoke tonight? He's coming to my glam camp. Yeah, we're gonna get glam. This is a good stage for karaoke. I'm really excited about karaoke. Because usually we have sort of a smaller stage. This is like a big, ginormous. We can dance a lot, is what I'm saying. Yes. So there. Okay, so I'll just tell you guys about me. So I'm from Vancouver. We shoot a little show called Supernatural up there. You guys ever been to Vancouver? It's a pretty city. We shoot a lot of television up there. But I started my career not as an actor. I started my career as a model. I was approached in a mall at 13, and I thought it was weird. Someone asked me if I wanted to model, and I thought like I had braces and scraggly hair. And so I went into, my mom and I met this woman, and so we went into the modeling agency, and like 3 months later I was living in Tokyo and working, and it was a lot of fun. And then I pretty much homeschooled myself through high school, so from about 14 to 20 I modeled, and I would go back and forth Europe and Asia, and I'd work, and then I moved to Texas, of all places. Yeah, some Texans in here. To Dallas. My parents. Dallas. So I moved to Dallas, and I started modeling there as well. And then my agent said to me, they were like, we're noticing that there's more and more actors in the magazines and less models, and it's sort of people are making this transition. Are you interested in acting? And I had done some children's theater, and I had done a couple shows while I was still living in Vancouver. So I was like, yeah, I've done a little bit. And so I started doing movies, and I did a lot of indie movies. Austin was really becoming a little hub for indie filmmaking. And then I moved out to LA, and now I never work in LA. I work all over the world, but you kind of have to be there. So yeah, I kind of started my career, and then I just kept having kids. Kept happening, and then I figured it out. I started having kids. So yeah, that's my real job. I'm a mom with 2 boys, 2 girls. They've been really fortunate. We travel all over the world. They've grown up in like trailers. If you guys watched Stargate Universe, I was really pregnant on that show. That's the best way to start a new job. I got pregnant during the pilot, and I called the producers into my trailer, and I was like, hey, so this weekend I felt a little ill, and I thought maybe I had the flu, and I looked at Rob Cooper, the producer, and he was like, congratulations. And timing worked out perfectly because I wouldn't have the baby until we were on hiatus, but they wrote in my pregnancy, which is really cool. So if you didn't watch the show, basically her and her superior, her colonel, had an affair, and it ended up giving me more of a storyline, because up until then the affair was really a storyline for him. And so, it helped, I think, develop my character a little bit. And so my baby was born on that show. So she grew up, Charlie, her name's Charlie, and she grew up the second season, she was like 3 months, so she kind of grew up in my trailer. And, if you've ever been to movie stars have big trailers, but us actors, we have small, it's basically like a couch and a TV and a dressing room and a bathroom kind of thing. And so my kids will literally play hide and go seek in my trailer for hours. And the 80s will knock on my door and I'm like, shh, they're playing hide and seek. And they're like, still? Where are they hiding? I'm I don't know, they can entertain themselves for hours on set. And then they also eat lots of donuts and treats. They think that when they go to mommy's work, they just get to eat chocolate, which is true. Yeah. So that's me. I think I should do a dance or something. There's a lot of people here for Friday. Do you guys usually come Fridays? Friday people, do you have the new Friday people shirt? Yeah? I have one too. I should have worn mine. Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. We have 5 more minutes? Awesome. So good. So what else do you guys want to know? What's it like to work with Mark Shepard? That's actually usually a question I get. No one asks me, what's it like to work with the boys? I'll tell you, the first time I met them, we were in the makeup trailer, and I was like, God, have they been through makeup yet? We're good. Come say hi. What are you doing here? Okay. Do we have more questions?
I was just wondering how they did the scene where you get set on fire by Sam at the end of season 8.
Oh, cool. That was a really cool scene. They have the water. It's called Holy O. It's half lube, half water. I'm not joking. I didn't know this. And so it's meant to be thrown in my face, and then I'm lit on fire, which I'm actually not lit on fire, of course. But Robin, the props girl, threw it in my face, and like literally I turned around, all in my mouth. And I was like, what is that? She's like, it's blue. I was like, oh, okay. Flavorful. And then you know, you're supposed to like be on fire, and it's a little weird. You're working with all these people, and you're meant to like be dying of fire, and you're literally just standing there soaking wet, running around like a crazy person. So it's a little bit funny, but I think it ended well. I did a good job. And then I saw my burnt, crisp body. It was like on the side of the stage, so you'd go to like your chairs, and I was like, there I am. Burnt, crisp mannequin. It was fun. Hi.
I don't want you to give away all of your trade secrets, but I just heard about Glam Camp at the last minute, and I wanted to know if you could tell us a little bit about what's involved, so maybe next convention we can sign up.
The glam camp? Yeah, we're gonna, well, I think I want it to be a female empowerment thing. I think it's not about glamorous and makeup. I actually don't own a lot of makeup. I never brush my hair. I really wear like yoga pants and sneakers every day. But it's about being authentically who you are. And I think, so tonight we are gonna do makeup. We have several volunteers come in and do hair and makeup and get us glam. I think it's just about like collaborating as women and coming together and supporting each other for who we are individually. And I think we've done that really well within our group, particularly of women. For a long time, you guys have been asking for more women at these things and on the show.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the result? I think that they listened. It was a source of contention for a long time, and I remember it being, you know, a little bit of an unease. And now there's so many women, and we all do genuinely like support each other's causes and help each other. And so
We feel that.
good, and it's genuine. I can be like, I got lots of text threads with all my girls. We really do love, support, and want to help each other out. So that's what Glam Camp is about.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah. So next time, if there is one, you guys come and hang out, okay? Yeah, it's sold out. We'll do it again, I'm sure. Hey.
Hi. So it seems like everyone in the cast is like multi-talented, and you're a really great actress, but like, do you have any other like weird talents we don't know about?
I make great children. I know, I really do feel inadequate. Like everyone's like, when are you gonna sing? And then I kind of go like, I can do it. And then Emily comes up here and like blows, and Brianna, and I'm like, maybe not. I'm pitching to be the tambourine girl. I keep asking them. I don't have any other talent. I don't really know. I wish I was a rock star. That would be ideal for me, but I'm not. Yeah, but I just have a lot of children. It's my main thing. They keep me very busy. They all want to be rock stars, so I like to have instruments in my house that I can like learn to play and things. Thank you. We down again. Hey guys, why don't you come out here? Who's coming to Saturday night special? Oh, hi. What's going on? Hi. I won't be here, but I'm sure it'll be fun. You guys get like a proper rock star stage.
What?
This is like a proper rock star stage.
Yeah, it is.
I know.
Huh.
Are you gonna come to karaoke tonight?
I'm coming to karaoke and I'll be glamorous because I'm coming from my glam camp.
I want to go to glam camp. There's a glam camp?
Can we go to glam camp? You can.
Really?
I didn't know there's a glam camp. Is there like sexy archery? What do you do at glam camp?
Exactly what we do.
Sexy archery.
You should come and be our what's it called? Target?
Target.
We'll put an apple on your head.
Oh, that'll be great.
That'd be so fun.
No, so you're having glam camp and then you're coming from glam camp to karaoke.
That's the idea. We'll be very glamorous for karaoke.
Or you might just skip the whole thing and go have wine. I don't know what you're gonna do.
I might do both.
Are you gonna be tomorrow night or no?
I will not.
Son of a bitch!
I know.
God damn it!
I know you guys really want me to play tambourine for you. I'm just saying I'm too busy right now.
This is part of the reason why I don't ever read the schedule, because I can't handle the pain. It's alright, Robbie. Yes, the show will suffer. You know what? Saturday night shitstorm. That's what it's gonna be. With that Alaina?
Who else is here?
Mark Shepard is
Oh,
here.
hi!
He's honest as you.
You like my sweater? You're making fun of me. Mark Shepard is the nicest asshole you'll ever meet.
He's just behind Norton, making Norton incredibly uncomfortable. See that smile Norton has? That's Norton's I'm incredibly uncomfortable face.
Where are your drums?
Oh, he's got a drum set back there. Mark Shepard will be playing drums tonight.
Mark Shepard. That's like the real Mark. When Mark is with his drums. That's when I feel the most connected to you, Mark.
Mark, let's be honest, this whole thing is a facade. It's an act and a sham.
You're a fake.
But when you're behind the drums. Alright, listen. Poof, there goes Mark. Unfortunately, we don't have Alaina tomorrow night, but maybe
you have Mark.
We've got Alaina tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Alaina.
Yeah, good. It's early. It's Friday afternoon.
It's Friday.
Not time to just fall off the rails quite yet.
Yeah, we usually wait to implode around noon tomorrow.
That's right.
So now, next up is, listen, it can't all be panels and people from television. Sometimes you've got to play games, intricate games to test your knowledge of the show you're here to support. And that's what we're going to do now. Let's do it, boys!
I have a list here I just wanted to read you guys. $1,400, by the way, the person who knows the most about Supernatural in the audience. Richard is recently directing episodes of Supernatural, right? Let's give a round of applause on that. They have the new TV show, which I think is renewed for a second season.
It's looking like it.
It is looking like it. They have a new CD out, Adam Swain. They're on stage tonight, live, right? Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, that's right. And of course, Rob and Richard are now best friends. So when I'm at home, I think about all these amazing things that I have accomplished. And
Truly.